Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the delectable Chupanibre, and we're gonna do some Besiege today. What is Besieged for those who are not indoctrinated to its deliciousness? Well, how was it described on Reddit? Like Kerbal Space Program for sociopaths. It's Kerbal Space Program for medieval war weapons. We're here in this delightful besieged world, and we're going to go to the continent of Ipsilon. We're going to start our adventures here on Zone Number 1, the Southern Cottage. So, besieged. You've got this building matrix. It's very reminiscent of something like Minecraft, where it's all blocky units. And Kerbal Space, but instead of building inside of, like, you know, the Kennedy Space Center or something, we're here in, like, this simulated medieval... It's almost like we're in the Animus in a medieval countryside, and we've got to destroy this cottage. That's the one thing that differs with Kerbal Space Program. Each level that you go through offers you a little bit different of a challenge. So rather than sit here building a boring creation, I have pre-created a series of lovely vehicles that we're going to explore today. Eventually, we're going to work up to some of my dumbest vehicle designs and creations. I'm even going to start doing some top 10 videos, because I have gotten overly immersed in this deliciousness. So all we have to do is destroy this derpy little farmer's cottage. You see him here, or her, here doing shovel things. And there's these sheep sitting here next to the cottage, eating grass and judging me. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a medieval warlord, and I want to murder the shit out of them. I've created this lovely little vehicle here. I'll just click the deleter so I can go through it. We've got some wooden cross beams here that are surrounding our control block, which is our green glowing block there in the center that's made out of metal. And they connect together some powered wheels that just go forward. And then to be able to steer, got some little these hinges here at the front, and it's all connected together with these cross braces so it doesn't shake itself to death. And with this, we're going to demolish this delightful little house. First, come here, farmer. Judging me from over here. Your judginess. And this is really the most basic thing that I built. I think the first time I just made... Oh, and his name was Godwin. I think the first time I did this, I just made a car out of some blocks, and I pretty much just drove straight into the house. This was actually a creation I made later. Wait, those sheep are still alive. I've got to go all the way around and murder them. Now, this might seem like a very simple game for anyone who's ever played with, like, Mega Blocks or Legos, or screw it, I'm not going to bother with the sheep. But there are a few hiccups here that you can run into in this game. It is obviously in early access here. Actually, it's in alpha still. And one of the things is you can overturn and rip your machine apart, which, as I'm sure you might gather, is a bit of a pain. Now, it's still mostly functional, but, yeah, you can tear your wheels off, you can rip your blades off if they're not properly attached and reinforced. It is very accurate to what you might imagine building old trebuchets and stuff out of wood would be like. Now, there's another creation. These are Larry's derpy creations, I think is what I'm going to end up building or naming this series. I have created something really stupid to defeat this level. This was when I first started trying to experiment with how to create decoupling bombs for various uses. These bombs don't actually properly attach to these decouplers, and yes, those are like the decouplers that decouple the different sections of the Apollo spacecraft, for example. So when I play this particular car, it goes boom. Now, when I first started trying it, I had a lot of this happen. Because, you know, when I first noticed that the decouplers weren't working, I think those work with J, they're spring-loaded decouplers. And as you notice, they don't really connect to the bombs correctly. And you'd think they would, because you notice that bombs have got this little dimple at the top and on the bottom, and I figured when they activated, they would attach like a suction cup. But that's not really the case. So when I got in here, I went backwards and my car blew up. And then I hit J to decouple it just to test it and my car blew up. Really, I was trying to make a jihad bomb car. Didn't really work out so well. Then I noticed you can drive forward, and 1 out of, like, 10 tries will actually destroy the house with part of the front shrapnel of my car over here. Where is it? Here it is. My wheels. They were still attached to some wood, and they shot through the house. Godwin is still alive. He's just sitting here with his shovel, or maybe it's a broom now, judging us. Alright, well, we'll just go on to the next zone with our bomb car. Now we've got to destroy this windmill. But as you may notice, this windmill, surrounded by all these judgmental chickens, is up on a slight raised platform. It looks great for scenic value if you want to, you know, get into the real estate business, but if you want to blow stuff up, it kinda sucks. I don't even think my shrapnel's gonna go into it. And my derpy car, where's my derpy blade car? Let's load the blade car. My blade car probably won't get up there either to murder it. Yeah, it's not gonna do the thing. I don't remember how I did this originally, but somewhere in this mess, here it is. Nope, that's the Spriggan's step. That's not what I wanted. I keep the device. There's the... That's not what I want either. Gatherer, no. Bomb car. The armored car. What is this? The cannon car. Oh, I think... Is it this one? It is this one. Oh, hold on. We don't need all of this stuff. Don't need this. Actually, one of the things I like about this is it uses, like, Photoshop Control-Z to undo your fuck-ups. I created this concoction in order to use what used to be the use of hydraulics to climb up here, but the cannon is getting in my way. Now we can fix that right here. And so this hydraulic car uses spring suspension. Wow, that did not work like it was supposed to at all. So it's got these fancy little spring suspension systems like you would have in a car, except they're on the sides, and this was originally designed to scale a mountain in the dumbest way possible. However, this design does not really accept, doesn't accept turning very well. It rips the wheels off of it almost immediately, and we can shoot our cannons. Just for fun. As we can. If I could turn, I'd also kill these chickens. But, I can't. We'll just move on. But I do have, actually... Do I have any other derpy creations that I would fart around with right now? I have the derp car. Derp car was the first car creation. And this was when I covered it in a series of spikes, and apparently one of them didn't save on this side. And this was the modification of that original blade car, with some additional wheels to help it drive through battered bits. It's great for killing chickens. Hey, chicken. Judgmental bastard. Go be a part of my lunch with the McDonald's chicken nugget meal. Oh, this car might actually get up here and kill this thing too. Kill it? Do the thing. Do the thing. Nope, I don't see this happening. Oh, yep, it will. Only because I'm farting around with my front wheels. Okay. What do we got next? So this is an obstacle course. There are... Let's turn around. It's kind of... I dismount the camera. I can't remember. Oh, I can. Okay, so I can focus... I can focus in here. Using the middle mouse click, it looks like. You gotta get to this glowing butterfly-like symbol. And there are random bombs that I guess Timmy left in the field. Such an asshole sheep herder, Timmy. You know, you can just use I don't know, bow and arrow to kill coyotes? I don't know. Bombs, I guess, work. Not the cheapest way of killing coyotes. I think the sheep will probably get themselves killed. Anyway, we gotta get around all that crap. This was the level that the spike cars were originally designed to deal with. But that's just too easy. So what else can we use to deal with, well, that. I don't really think any of these machines I saved deal with this problem in particular. But if we reset our camera, I think the cannons will not help us at all. Isn't that fancy? Well, that kind of worked. Problem is, I gotta get rid of this bomb, which has lit me on fire. And you'd think now, that... Oh wait, I have fire on the front of this thing. Maybe that'll work. Oh? Maybe if I get a little closer to it. These sheep are very murderable. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, if I go up here and I hit this bomb, you'd think, okay, you had very little damage, Larry, but our main connector is wood, and if you get lit on fire, it's gonna spread over the front of your entire vehicle until it all falls to pieces. So that doesn't really work for us very well. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take the blade car. We're going to take our eraser, get rid of the blades and these side pieces, and we're going to convert it into a cannon car. Let's see here, weaponry. Put a cannon here and here. And here. Well, this is fairly maneuverable. In fact, we're just gonna go around the outside of this map. Because nothing here is really gonna fart with us. Where is our... We're gonna go through there. Not entirely certain what's in this forest. These sheep are really, really friendly. Which makes it really easy to kill them, if that's what you're into. I mean, you know, some people are into interspecies necrophilia erotica. Larry doesn't judge. Out loud. Then we get to this little cap point. Yay, little derp car. You're a cannon car now. Look at you. So fancy. And now we get to the point where I have to contend with these saucy fellows. So, I've got to kill these boys right here. In this little line of archers. There's a bomb here that we're going to explode. And then we got to go kill that stuff back there. But I'm not sure if our little car is up to the task. Let's find out, shall we? The derp car, do the thing. Okay, well, they're dead. But now I've got no way of killing that house or that windmill. Well, I could kill the house. I don't know if I can kill the windmill. Let's find out. This series is probably going to be some rolling cuts. I have zero idea where I'm going to leave it off. But I think we can plow into this house. Yep, the house is dead. I get up this hill to kill the windmill. See, this is the tricky part here. Is you gotta switch around your stuff, and it doesn't have... Wouldn't mind if they added, like, a methodology of putting in an well, this isn't gonna work. An active camera, so I could put, like, a cockpit camera on this vehicle somewhere and switch to first-person view. That would be fancy. Oh, what does this do? I don't know what that means. So, what else are we going to use, Larry, I hear you wondering? I've got a bunch of really dumb creations. Don't you worry. We'll get to the flopper copter later. That's a beautiful piece of ingenuity. I won't lie to you. Now the catapult might work. I can't even might work. Let's load the catapult. I think this'll do us just nice. This was kind of my generic baby's first catapult. How is this constructed? Well, it's constructed very much like a regular catapult. Got these gray bits here. You see this thing I'm highlighting in red? Those are just little fulcrums. They go under mechanical there, right? Is it? Nope, that's a decoupler. Could have sworn. Oh yeah, here it is. Swivel joint. And then hinge is also available. And this just allows this flat piece right here to swivel. And I've deleted the bomb. Then it connects to this holder that's going to hold a bomb. And then the bomb goes into that, and it goes boom. Very simple and straightforward, I think. But this is going to need a couple of adjustments. First, we need to put the bomb back, because I don't know what good this is going to be without a high explosive. Then we're going to stick... Oh, I'm going to want to make a couple blocks here. That we can raise up the level and height of our cannons that I'm about to install. We'll put this one here. And I'm kind of installing them weird so that they better connect, it seems, during the alpha to these midpoints. Because actually having stuff connected prevents it from shredding itself when those cannons go off. I think that'll work okay, maybe. Just do this, because this is the dumbest thing ever. And, yeah, that'll work. Now we need to lift it up, because it's too close to the ground for me to build, and I have to build within this box if I want to progress in the levels. So for our first adventures, we're just going to use that. Add a couple of movement wheels back here, because this is a big fat piece of crap. Add some hinges. We'll put in extra hinges, because I have a tendency of ripping these off when I drive. I am not a AAA driver. I'm going to be completely honest with you folks. We'll add some cannons here. And now our derpy catapult is alive. Now, so it doesn't explode upon impact. Actually, I didn't have that problem, but always make sure you play this game yourself. You set the machine on the ground, or else it will go boom if it has too many bombs shaking about. Kind of awkward. Oh, whoops, I guess I didn't explain how the rest of this worked. And then this whole thing is pulled together with these torsion springs, these golden... These golden sort of pull springs. They're like muscles. They pull. And they make this whole thing lift. And do the thing. Actually, let me get a good position on here to show you guys. Then we hit L. And that didn't work so great. That didn't work so great either. I don't recall it being quite that powerful. Go figure. It also didn't work super well. Is that gonna do it? Nope. Not the best exact science, and whenever you add weight to these things, their propulsion changes. Their weights? That's a good way to put it. Come on, we can do this. I believe in you, derpy. Or it could explode in midair. Whatever works, right? There it goes, up like a firecracker. Trouble with these things is they tend to rip themselves into pieces, these catapults. Like if I keep hitting L, it'll eventually shred itself, which is why there's all these 50 support struts here in the middle. But now that everyone here is dead, let's go kill their families behind the wall that are hiding in that windmill and that house. So first, we will drive right up and point blank this house. Oh, nope, we get 2 for 1. Both the windmill and the house. Not the best at building catapults, it must be said. That's why I saved this one, because this is the only one I've ever designed that didn't shred itself to pieces. Alright, next. What have we got next? Oh, yes. This is an annoying bit of masterpiece. This is what the derp catapult 2.0 was designed for. And that is the I can't even. And this is just that same design, just covered in so many weapons, I have zero idea what I was doing. These are flamethrowers. These little barrels with little spritzer bottles on the end of them. Those are spikes, and those are swords. Those are just giant sword blades that you put on medieval weaponry. And these have a tendency of snapping off when I drive over debris. That's why there's extra wheels instead of just 4. I'm going to be driving through dead bodies. So, let's begin our adventure. Everyone, relax. Flames of victory are here. I don't even know if this is working correctly. It is not. I think I have to do that in a different order. Maybe I don't. Everyone got a little too hug-happy, and they have hugged the burning death machine. Isn't that fancy? They'll just keep shooting these dead bodies, and I can still trigger my weapons, even after my machine has torn itself to pieces. Now, you gotta think there's gotta be, like, a fail state, where, it, like, even after you've won, if they, like, destroy your control block, you're screwed. But this series isn't about my working creations. This series is about the dumbest shit I've ever made. So, we've got the Spin Bro, or what I like to call the Blade Dreidel. That also has cannons, because why not? So I didn't realize initially that we have these archers back here. I thought it was just all these running dudes. So I thought they'd all come to me. So I made this spin-a-majig. This has no powered wheels. This is all self-propelled except for the cannons. And it does so because there's these saw blades that make it spin. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Yeah, it just spins itself to death. Murdering things, and if I can aim this correctly, I might be able to get those annoying archers in the back. Yeah, I killed, like, a third of them back there. This is my death dreidel. And it spun a whole hell of a lot faster back when it had additional saw blades attached to it. You know, maybe I'll do that. Basically, it spun so fast the last time that it actually ripped itself apart. Yeah, it's not going to kill everything. Let's just, for the sake of Mythbusters bullshit, Mythbusters creativity, I think that's the technical term. My saw, here it is, circular saw blade. I can't attach them there? What is that shenanigans? Well, I'm an ingenuitous chap. Let's just put them on an additional plane. I feel like we're... Oh, that's the problem. This pulls itself away because those saw blades were in the wrong place. Well, now I know. So we'll attach a wagon wheel. And then we will find in our weaponry our circular saw. Put that there. And then we'll put it back on the ground. That's what I mean where you gotta lift it up and put it back down in this 3D editor that they've got for us. And now, I will begin the super spin. Nope, that didn't really work. But that is an explosive. And that is also an explosive. That didn't happen before. The guys over here, right here, they just don't seem to be super into this at all. Good thing I have a backup plan. This is essentially what happened the first time I used the death dreidel, as I like to call it. Wasn't the best, truth be told. Oh, maybe these other guys will eventually work their way over here to die. They gotta work their way through their friends' corpses. And this is the part where it starts to rip itself to pieces. Already down one saw blade. But what I did initially do is I played this game for the first time at like 2 in the morning. I was tired and couldn't sleep. All I did was I built this dumb piece of crap. This is literally just a box covered in saw blades and spikes, and it can't turn. And it used to have a catapult on the top of it, but the catapult would explode when I loaded it in for some reason that I was never able to figure out. And all it does is it wobbles and it drives forward. And that's its secret power. Then it lights on fire and it backs up. And it rips itself to pieces. But everyone's on fire now. Oh, I just said screw it. Good enough. Yep. Actually, I think I got like 90% kill on that. I don't see anyone else running around. I'm gonna go with yay on that. Yeah. I think that's it for this first episode. Thanks for joining me for some Besieged, everyone, for Larry's derpy siege weapons. Or I don't know what I'm gonna end up calling this. Probably something clickbaity. Join me for some next ones. We're gonna get to see my only flying machine, in 2 forms, its most glorious flopping suicidal forms that it takes. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm told that I should, if I'm a good YouTube host for this game, give you all of my derpy creations to play around with. So I will look into doing that and put a download for this whole big pack of stuff in the description. So until next time, have a good one, everybody, and I will catch you next time. Toodaloo. That like and subscribe thing, because I'm going to do a bunch more of this. It looks cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this game.